not included in this confirmed tornado warning, this flashing pink polygon that goes for the next few minutes. But this could easily be extended, as Joe was mentioning, Tonganoxie, folks along 24 Highway there. As you look over towards Leavenworth County, you need to be probably getting to your safe spot right now as well as a precaution, because this thing is more than likely going to get extended in some fashion here over the next several minutes. We're going to take a look at the track on this. Again, east right around 25 miles an hour or so, and that track starts right on top of this circulation. This does have a history of producing a tornado. At this point, we don't have any clarification on if that's still on the ground, so we're going to treat this like it's still on the ground. Heading towards Tonganoxie, right around 7:30. Baser, heading towards you right around 7:50. Bonner Springs, that's western Wyandotte County at that point, 7:56. So we have about 45 minutes or so for western Wyandotte County and points farther out towards the east, deeper into Wyandotte County a little bit later on after about 8 o'clock or so. So we're going to continue to watch this. Here's a look at our rotation tracker where we have the brighter blues and even some purples. That's where we have tighter rotation. So this started back in between and just south of Perry, pretty much in between Perry and the Kansas River there, went over Williamstown, and now it's still on this section of 24 Highway, starting to kind of go back out into south central Jefferson County, not too far away from crossing the county line. And it looks like we're getting a new update here on a tornado warning, a very, very narrow-looking tornado warning polygon there, Joe.
Yeah, so I wanted to switch over our radar to the radar that's up at KCI. When you fly into and out of KCI, they actually have their own Doppler radar up there. I'm also taking a look at some pictures sent in from the Leavenworth County Emergency Management. Yeah, there might be still something going on there, but the radar out of KCI, which is up here, all right, still showing a broad circulation. It's not necessarily quite as focused as it was, I want to say, about maybe 15 minutes ago, but there's still an area of concern for sure, just towards the north of Lawrence. And for those of you who are just joining us, I'm sure, many of you have, kids still at school at KU, and you're concerned about them, and they're probably freaking out because I'm sure their cell phones were triggered, and, they've gotten all sorts of notifications about this. This is 7 miles north of Lawrence. All right, so 7 miles north of Lawrence. We'll call it 6.5 miles north of I-70. All right, so I think Lawrence is going to be okay with this. Likewise in Eudora. You folks in Tonganoxie, just watch it carefully. It may pass just barely to your south, but it's a close call. You are still not in a tornado warning. You kind of see what we've got going on here. This is the extreme southeast part of Jefferson County, and we'll call it north central, I guess, Douglas County. Again, technically the warning includes Lawrence, but based on the data that we've got so far, the circulation center is probably going to pass about 7 miles or so, maybe 6 miles towards the north of Lawrence. So that's good news for those of you who are concerned about loved ones in the city of Lawrence. I want to kind of give you a broader view until we get some additional information from that storm about what else is going on. And again, remember, the metro is under a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. Got some other storms up across far northern Missouri. These are moving into Worth County. All right, these storms are not tornadic, but we continue to have severe thunderstorm warnings up there for the potential gusty winds, maybe some hail. Look at how the storms have just kind of fizzled for northern Missouri. Look at that. They've just kind of poofed and disappeared. All right, so that's probably the end of your severe weather threat. And we've got just this main thing, and I'm noticing now a widespread severe thunderstorm watch, or warning rather, that's been issued for many areas of the metro. This would include southwestern Platte County, all of Wyandotte County, northern half of Johnson County, and this would include Leavenworth County, essentially from Leavenworth southward through Tonganoxie. We continue to have that tornado warning in southeastern Jefferson County and north central, almost northeastern Douglas County. Also have additional severe thunderstorm warnings in Douglas County, down into northeastern portions of Franklin County. The hope is that this storm will weaken somewhat as it approaches Kansas City, but a wall of water, I think regardless, is coming our way. I am seeing some indications, some positive signs, maybe the lightning tally is coming down just a little bit, might be indicative of a cell that's probably going through a little bit of a weakening trend, so that would hopefully be some good news. Here's a track for you, just to kind of give you a little perspective. And I'll track this part of the whole complex, if you will, because that's the strongest part of these cells. And again, we'll watch this tornado warning. That should expire in about 13 minutes, if not maybe a little earlier than that. Eudora, the core of the storms, are heading towards you by 7:20. Olathe by about 7:53. Kansas City, 8:17. Gladstone, 8:21. Independence, 8:37. And on the assumption it holds together, and it may weaken. I've been kind of counting on these storms kind of weakening as they approach the state line. I'm still counting on that. If it holds together, you'll at least probably get some, rain and maybe a quick gully washer. Grain Valley by about 9 o'clock or so. These storms are actually probably the worst that are relatively close to home right now around Kansas City. We've got a couple of other cells up here in Clay County. These cells are not severe, producing a quick bolt of lightning, a few rumbles of thunder from Trimble down towards Kearney, but these are not severe. Also have a little shower along 169 over towards the Smithville area, and we've got just a broad area of rain. So the rain has pretty much moved in as we were expecting in terms of the timing of all this. And if we could just kind of get this storm to continue to break up or weaken just a little bit more, we'll be in better shape. We just don't want to deal with those 75, close to 80-mile-an-hour winds coming out of that storm, or at least that was the history. I think Lecompton reported a 75-mile-an-hour wind gust in addition to that rotation that moved very close to the Lecompton area. Baser, Bonner Springs, you could see how the lightning is jumping out ahead of this storm system. So just be careful with lightning, even though it may not be raining in your backyard right now in Wyandotte County. All right, there's lightning well ahead of the core of the storm. For example, that little bolt that just showed up in the northwest corner of Wyandotte County. So please be careful with the lightning aspect of this as this thing kind of comes into the heart of Kansas City. Alex, have you seen any additional updates in the last couple of minutes?
We have gotten updates with regard to damage coming out of Williamstown, along with some golf ball size hail, poles and trees and power lines down throughout Williamstown, Kansas. That center of circulation moved right over Williamstown a little while ago. So there has been damage in that portion of Jefferson County over the last several minutes. Along with that confirmed tornado report a little while ago. So that's something that we're still going to be monitoring, obviously, here very soon.
Janet, is Crystal still available to us? All right, let's go ahead and send it out to Crystal and Jerry. Crystal, for those of you who may not know, she's one of the newest members of our Fox 4 anchor team, taking care of the 4 o'clock show for us, and we've sent her storm chasing over towards Kansas. Crystal, I see the sun off in the distance. What are you guys getting yourselves into, or perhaps more importantly, what are you guys getting yourselves out of?
Very true. Talk about a warm welcome here to Fox 4. We're actually headed towards Perry. We had to book it from there a few minutes ago when that storm passed by. I mean, just seeing the rain wrap around that rotation. Right now, we're heading back just to see if there is any damage. I mean, it was pretty strong from what we could see as far as the wind and it just picking up so quickly. I remember hearing about, oh, the sky may turn green. I've never seen anything like it. It actually did when we were outside watching it, kind of watching the wall cloud and seeing everything come and start to form. The sky was green, the lightning got really intense, it got very dark. Now, you're seeing sunshine. We're still seeing some puddles of water here. It looks like the rain has kind of gone by, but essentially we're going back into what we just were booking out of. But it seems right now here at least the threat is gone. Again, this is in Perry. Right now we're just trying to get back to get a damage assessment if there's anything that we can find and just see, because man, looking at that, you called it a beast. Let me tell you, I looked a beast in the eyes right now. And that was incredible sight to see.
Crystal, in case you didn't hear us, we are getting reports of damage in the Williamstown area. That would be over in Jefferson County, so that would be probably a little bit more off towards your west. So we are getting some reports of some damage from the Williamstown area. I want to give the folks up in Worth County, Alex is getting ready to take a look at that storm. That storm's producing upwards of tennis ball size hail. This is all the way up towards the Iowa border, Worth County around Parnell, Grand City. Watch out for the hail, Alex.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so here is Maryville, Nottoway County, all the way over towards Grant City. This cell definitely moving towards the north and east, probably right around the speed of the others, 30, 35 miles an hour, maybe as slow as 25. But this went right through Parnell, just to the north and east of Ravenwood. Here's Missouri 246. So we're looking right on this is the Iowa state line, by the way. So this is almost going to be getting out of our northern fringe. But Missouri 246. Anybody along that stretch of roadway west of Grant City, lots of hail, along with the lightning, the thunder as well, and the heavy rainfall. You can see where we have those bright pinks, indicating very, very heavy rainfall and more than likely some of that hail at the same time. If we can take a look at current hail size and estimate from what we're seeing from our Fox 4 radar, where we pick up on these oranges, yeah, that's definitely some 1.5, 2-inch hailstones, so potentially egg-sized hail or larger. Joe mentioned the potential for up to tennis ball-sized hail north of Parnell, heading towards 246. Hopefully this is moving west of Grant City, but those of you in Grant City, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Hopefully this is going to be moving into western Worth County, northern Worth County, and then eventually lifting out of the area. Joe did hit on this. We have plenty of not only warnings but watches. The Kansas City Metro, the western side, Platte County, all of Wyandotte County, the northern half of Johnson County, Kansas, along with Leavenworth County under a severe thunderstorm warning here for the next few minutes. Everybody in the blue along I-35 in Missouri and out towards the east under a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. So we're going to continue to keep you updated here over the next several minutes. Taking a look back at that Warren storm that we were tracking in between Perry and Lecompton that went over Williamstown right now, definitely doesn't look as impressive, Joe. So
definitely not.
That's a good sign here over the next several minutes.
Yeah, you know, it's fascinating. Weather is fascinating. How a storm that, what do you think, Alex? Was that about 20 minutes ago that it was looking?
It was looking really
concerning.
Good. Yeah, bad
and,
but good.
You know, now it really does look like it's in a weakening phase, and I was kind of wondering if these cells would be weakening as they approach the state line, as they get out of a more favorable area for maintaining their strength, and as they come into the metro, they conceivably are moving into an atmosphere that is not as conducive to maintaining their strength. And the circulation that we were watching that looked so impressive, I mean, it looked impressive there for about 5 or 10 minutes, has kind of fizzled to some extent. We'll have to keep an eye on it in case it cycles back up. New severe thunderstorm warning, 7:45 for Johnson, Leavenworth, parts of Platte, Wyandotte. That's affecting about 425,000 people. Again, we're keeping an eye out for the potential of a tornado, but at this point, at least right now, from the data that I've just been looking at for the last few minutes, seems like maybe that circulation has broadened out enough so it's not as much of a factor. The storm that Alex was talking about, this is only affecting about 800 people, far northern Missouri, Worth County in particular, confirmed reports of at least ping pong ball size hail up there. They're getting mixed sizes, according to my colleagues at the National Weather Service, but there is the potential of upwards of near baseball size hailstones and perhaps something just a little bit bigger than that as it moves off towards the east. So again, you know, we still have some pretty nasty activity in the region, that is for sure. Here's a look at what's been going on as far as our storms that are coming into the metro. Again, this appears to be weakening just a little bit. And I want to take off the lightning because that lightning almost covers up just about everything you could possibly look at. So there goes the lightning, and there's our storm, and I'll zoom in for you. Yeah, all right, so it's, I don't want to get too far into the weeds, but that thing was circulating pretty good in Jefferson County. And now, there's still, a broad area of rotation around Tongi. But for those of you who were in that tornado warning, southeast Jefferson County, northeastern portions of Douglas County, I think you're going to be okay with this. This is the core of the storm that's in Leavenworth County, central and southern Leavenworth County, moving off towards the east, maybe producing some 50 to 60 plus mile-an-hour winds. We actually do have a meteorologist out there keeping an eye on that cell. So we're watching it for any lowerings or any strengthenings or strengthening trends. But right now, so far, so good. But this will hold together. It's not as if it's just going to go poof in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. Hopefully it continues to weaken. But along that 24 highway corridor coming into Wyandotte County, that's going to be a problem. And on top of that, also concerned about flash flooding. All right, this is a tremendous amount of rain, 1-2 inches of rain coming down in, I want to say, maybe about half hour's time, 45 minutes time, give or take. So that will create some flooding situations right along 24 highway. So let me go ahead and kind of zoom in and give you some street level or street ideas of areas that are under the worst situation in terms of the heaviest of the rains. This would be from Dempsey Road down towards Evans Road. Again, this is out towards Leavenworth County, approaching Baser. All right, so there's 207th Street, seems like the core of the storm, right along Tonganoxie Road and 207th Street in Leavenworth County. And again, it's moving pretty much due east. So it's not going to stay in Leavenworth County all that long, but it's going to produce a lot of heavy rain. I want to give the folks in Wyandotte County a heads up that you've got yourselves a gully washer coming. Here's I-70. All right, this is going to be very close to the I-70 corridor, all the way up 435 towards Route 5, heading up into the Lansing area. All right, it looks like the worst of the storm should pass south or close to Lansing and southward and south of Leavenworth. All right, that's 73 K7. So this is the worst of the storm right out there towards the Tonganoxie area. Other thunderstorms are certainly out there, and that's why we've got our severe thunderstorm warning that involves most of Platte County, Leavenworth County, into Wyandotte County, just about all of Wyandotte County. Northern half, let's say, of Johnson County on the Kansas side, particularly 435 northward up towards the county line. All right, so that's that activity connected to that. That's moving our way. So, you know, we've got, in some cases, another quick gully washer coming, and then hopefully things will start to settle down after that. I don't think this is going to be a long night of tracking storms. You could see the activity further south. I mean, it really is amazing. Beast mode of the storm has really just kind of sucked in perhaps all the energy from those storms to the south. Look at that. Look at what's going on south of Baldwin City to Ottawa, to Williamsburg and Lane. And that's just your garden variety little rain. And it's not even going to last for all that long. Should make it to Harrisonville and Adrian, but again, this little storm right here, if we can get that to weaken just a little bit more, that'll be A-okay with, I think, a large part of the metro area. Once you go further north, we're kind of done for now. Further north and west, we're done for now. Off to the east, let's see how well these storms hold together. I think they're going to weaken quite a bit as they get out towards Waverly, Concordia, Warrensburg, down towards Harrisonville and around Adrian. So if we could just get the metro through this core of the storm, I think we're going to be in much better shape. It looks like they've canceled, Alex, can you confirm this for me? They've canceled that tornado warning?
Let me pull that up for you here, Joe, really quick.
I'm pretty sure it looks like
it was dropped. I'm not seeing an extension on that warning.
All right, so here's what we'd like to do with that tornado warning now being canceled. Just keep in mind we've got hail up to our northern Missouri into Worth County, some large hail up there. We still have these gusty winds coming through, but at this point it doesn't look to be overly bad. Are you seeing any additional reports of any strong winds or anything like that? We are getting reports from Williamstown, significant damage to at least one home in Williamstown with a tree down on top of a house. All right, that would be in the Williamstown area. And for the metro, let's see.
Not really seeing much.
Yeah, not seeing all that much right now. All right, so that's good. Dime-size hail reported in Tonganoxie just a little while ago. Maybe some stronger winds south of Tonganoxie down towards Eudora, maybe. But again, with that tornado warning now being dropped, and with the west side of the metro just being under a severe thunderstorm warning, could still see some strong straight line winds. I think what we'll go ahead and do is send it back to programming. If these winds pick up any more to be a bigger concern, we'll immediately jump in, tornado or not, just to kind of give you an idea what's going on. So with that said, let's go ahead and send it back to Fox programming.